All right, folks, welcome to another exciting evening here on a Tuesday night at Grantsburg. We just had a rehearsal. We just did a little practice introduction there. But yes, we are back up in the Mez. Myself, Jeremy Burton, along with the ever so talented cameraman Nick Rombach, and the Godfather, the CEO, the president of the We Are Network, Bob Rombach. I'm actually super excited for this one, folks. This is the game that I've been waiting for because I get to do two of them, one here in Grantsburg and also the one in Frederic, as your Grantsburg Pirates are hosting the Frederic Vikings. And for those of you that don't know, Bob alluded to it earlier this season. I tell everybody I got suspended from the Mez a few years ago. No comment on that. So yeah, we're going to go with a suspension, which led me to Frederic, and I got to experience one of the wildest and funnest ride in Frederic with that volleyball team, and also enjoying basketball, boys and girls. But running a couple years with the Vikings here while they made their magical journey, just one game short of heading to the state. And you Grantsburg fans, do not get upset when I say this, but in my opinion, the best coach is at the net right now in conference, Rob Wilhog. I really like how he coaches. His team actually, they embrace everything, right? He is the leader, Mr. Rob Wilhog, and he is assisted by Grantsburg's own Brianna Jensen. And yeah, I'm just excited for it. I talked to Rob on Friday night at the football game, obviously announcing that against Luck, where Frederic on homecoming was victorious. And yeah, it was a magical time. Grantsburg kind of a little bit in limbo here. We have not played since last Tuesday, where they were victorious over Siren. And yeah, so they had a little bit of time off. So we'll see how that goes for them in tonight's matchup, where Lily Henderson is limited to her services here tonight, obviously dealing with abdominal. I don't know if she strained it or what happened there, but from the reports I read here from the injury on the Grantsburg side, she will be limited to that. But other than that, we are ready to roll. Everyone else is looking good here. Like I mentioned, it's been a while since they played, and what a better matchup than what we have here. Frederic, a young team, young scrappy team. That's one thing about Frederic you can always hang your head on if you're from Frederic. They're scrappy. It don't matter what it is. They're scrappy. They dig. Doesn't matter, boys and girls. It's just, like I said, I've really grown to love the town of Frederic and also their sporting events, and definitely glad to be announcing this one here. So it is Parents' Night here at Grantsburg. We had that beautiful, magical flower given to us parents there. Carly Burton gave me and Megan when it was broken, so we're off to a good start there. Might have been a little horse around, but you know, we'll see what we could do to try to save those precious moments here. But yeah, we Grantsburg, you know, they've been on a good roll here. Obviously, the loss they've had is against Webster. We were up in Webster. We talked about that last week. Webster was definitely rolling. So that is another exciting game to have up in the second half here of the season. So after tonight, the teams will more or less start over. So Grantsburg, who had the brunt of their home games early on, will only have one home game on the back half and might as well make it a good one against Webster. So we will be traveling on the road quite a bit. I will definitely try to get on every mic situation I can. Obviously in Frederic, I will be paired up with the ever so talented Chase Jensen, Mr. Talkative there. We'll be doing that one, and all the other games we'll try to go as well. So like I said, this is the only game Grantsburg has this week against Frederic, and then next week we roll and we head to Shell Lake, where Shell Lake is definitely improved big time. You know, we had that beautiful interview, which we thank Coach Shakenberg here in the Shell Lake tournament. So yeah, it's going to be a good back half. We'll see. Grantsburg's going to have to get wild and crazy when we host Webster here. That's going to be a good matchup there. Hopefully the gym is packed, but if it's not packed, we'll definitely come at you live. That is for sure. So yeah, one thing I'm going to mention, just kind of get this out of the way here now. Bob, one thing in Frederic, that's the way how football games should be watched. Grantsburg used to be that way. Remember, we used to have that beautiful yellow rope holding us back. You know, Frederic still has that. There's no track around there, so bring a seat, get right behind the white rope there and watch the game.
There's a couple of places that are kind of still like that, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
St.
it's...
Croix kind of like that. Webster, there's no barrier.
No, Webster, you can actually be standing with the team on the sideline dang near, you know?
That's what the coaches prefer, really.
Oh, absolutely. Especially a father of a son who's playing,
right,
who used to play back in the 90s.
Yeah.
They encourage that, right? They
Exactly.
encourage that.
I think so. They never,
Yeah, I didn't get no nasty email or anything over it, so. But yeah, no, Frederic, like I said, it was a good time there. You know, the fans come out in full support, and, you know, obviously, yeah, pull up a seat. And then free popcorn, Bob. Free popcorn. You get yourself a little laminated ticket for free popcorn. So definitely looking forward to going back. They got one home game left. They didn't get too many, but obviously both Friday night, myself and Frederic and Bob always with the Grantsburg game, they definitely, both teams did very well. Grantsburg coming up monster victorious over Cameron. I believe it was 63-0, 64-0. Yeah. Frederic 51-0 over Luck. It was 43-0 at half. As the school song is playing, Nick, are you clapping? No, that's all right. That Nick is locked in tonight, folks. And we're gonna play the Zoom game again. Are we gonna play the Zoom game again? Yeah, let me know. Let me know. I like that. I like this. That's good stuff. Yeah, so folks, if you don't know the Zoom game, if you were sitting across the way, Nick does this during football games. And he just finds some random person and we will just zoom in and we will see Mr. Jeremy Bielen, who is not standing and clapping. He is enjoying popcorn. He was eating popcorn actually during Parents' Night there. So we will zoom in, and then next to him will be one player who was here years ago and definitely doing plenty of coaching is Devin Danielson. So yeah, that's kind of how the Zoom game works. Obviously, there's a few victims earlier here who kind of were a little wondering about that ourselves. Tonight, national anthem, I believe, I thought Renee Ringo told me she was going to sing it. Yes, she is. Nice job. Nice job, Renee Ringo. Oh, there she was right there. We were trying to find her. She was hiding on us. Renee Ringo, nice job there. Doesn't matter how the national anthem is played, sang, it's just right, it gets you right here. Especially on a night tonight where Renee Ringo just did a heck of a good job, and we are mere 40 seconds away from getting the starting lineup and getting this baby going. Like I said, I'm excited for this one. I mentioned if you're just tuning in, Grantsburg is hosting Frederic. A lot of history on both sides, obviously. Toots Burton playing on this side. To the right, Frederic Vikings. Heck of a good run. Coached by, my opinion, the best of the best in the conference, Rob Lilhog here. So, like I said, we'll see how this comes out. Grantsburg hasn't played for a while. I mentioned that a few moments ago. They have not played since last Tuesday. So we'll see if there's any little dust to shake off, as here's the starting lineup for Frederic. Number 5, Lydia Ones. It's onus, but we're going to go ones. Number 6, Maggie Wooten. Number 10, Taylor Hansford. Number 11, Samantha Nelson. Number 12, Gabby Denver, there we go. And number 15, Kian Gingras. And number 2, libero, Madison Frenette. So like I said, young team. Only a couple seniors looking like here on the roster. And here we go for Grantsburg. Number 4, Przinski, Selah. Number 7, Megan Harmon. Number 9, Piper Olson. Number 12, Carly Burton. And number 13, Ruby Ringo. And number 28, Nora Bieland. And libero, number 11, Eden Berkman. So like I said, you're seeing Burton in the lineup tonight. Obviously, Henderson dealing with abdomen issues there, so she will be used lightly. And we will get started here as both teams are saying good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck, all that. And the man has approached the ladder. So both teams huddle in here. Like I said, Frederic, they just played last Saturday in winter. Talking to Coach Lilhog, they went 4-1. Frederic might have faltered a little bit, nothing against Siren, but losing to Siren earlier this year, they were able to play them again in this tournament of last Saturday, and were able to be victorious with that. So Coach Rob said, we'll see how it goes here tonight. Like I said, the team does well. It's just a matter of, believing in yourself here. It was during that run that we talked about, it was right here on this court where Frederic took Grantsburg to set 5, and it got pretty wild and crazy in here. And he even talked about that last Saturday at the football game, how I think the girls were kind of shocked they were in that position here. So here comes Berkman. Ringo will go out, and just like normal fashion, Meg Harmon will get us going. And Harmon over. Now here comes Gingras, sends it over to Hansford, and Hansford will put one down here. And obviously, what do they call that with the Quimby Quartets, which we're going to have to change the name because Quimby quit coming, is, I don't know what they call it, like whiteout night, and then they have stuff on their shirt there type of deal. So we'll get to more of that a little bit later. As Chanel sends one over. Przinski now to Harmon. Harmon going on the top side to Piper. Piper floating one over. Good job there by Denver. Oh, what? Oh, come on. Denver went for that.
I think they're calling it white lies.
White
all
lies.
Got stuff written on their shirt.
All right, I
can see Henry's says, I don't squat 500.
Okay, more. Yeah, we'll get to that. Berkman over Hansford. Now here comes Chanel. Chanel going right on the backside. Look, give and go to Hansford! And Hansford says, what's this one-hander I've been hearing about Meg Harmon? Not there. As Hansford will get the point there. Yeah, the white lies. So we'll get going on that a little bit more during these timeouts, as number 6, Maggie Wooten, will be back to let her rip for Frederic. Bielen backpedaling, gets it. Harmon hunting it down. Now going topside to Ringo. Ringo with a floater hit. And folks, we're going to talk about that. We'll see how Ruby Ringo handles this here tonight, because during warm-ups, we've talked about her timing, and there it is. There again, it's not ripping on her, but it was not there. So we'll see if she comes out of the gate here. There's a little confusion between Denver and Frenette there. The Pirates up top early, as you can see, 3-2 as Przinski back at the serving station. Gets the whistle, sends it over. Frenette now hunting it down his Hansford. Hansford kicking it backside. Frenette's got to get it over. Good hit there. She gets it over. Now Harmon's got a little give and go. Who's going to get it? Oh, and they're going to give it to Grantsburg, and it's looking like somebody was in the net there. I'm not quite sure, but there was a little bit of confusion between Ringo and Olsen on who was going to hit that, as Przinski will put that one in the net. Now we don't need the net bug on us right away here, as Jada Nick will come in, and Estelle Chanel will come in. The Chanel referring to earlier, number 3, Kenna Chanel. And now we will see Estelle Chanel come in. So, like I said, looking at the roster here, 3 seniors, and the rest are underneath that, as Nick sends one over. Now here comes Kwalik over there to Bielen. Bielen floating one over. Estelle's right there. Oh, lollipop, lollipop, ooh la la lollipop. That's what Rob Lilog called it. He said we cannot give those type of plays, call them lollipop plays. Stacy Coy is a meatball. We got lollipop. We've heard Coach, I forgot her name now, Michelle Lake there. It'll come to me. She called it donuts earlier, and when they stand around, but either way, there they go, as Estelle sends one up into the rafters. Frenette, good job to get it over. Now here comes Moore. She's going with the bounce set there, and streak against Presley Olsen there, but like I said, that's Presley's side. She's done good on this right side here. She's been a strong hitter there this year. As Frederic doing the old switcherooski is number 15. Kayan Gingras is back to serve. And Sam Nelson coming in as well. Gingras over. Berkman. Now here comes Moore. Moore going on the top side to Olsen. And Olsen! Oh! Well. Olsen went out on that, but she got a hold of it, right? She'll start heating up here. Gingras has the whistle. Tied up at 5. Sends one over. Oh, we cannot do that, right? Can't happen on both sides. I wonder what Nolan Hennessy's white lie is. He doesn't have anything on his shirt. Does that mean he's too talkative? No, we don't know. Ringo. Up and over. Nick, now here comes the set, and Estelle in the middle. Now Przinski to Moore. Now Moore going backside to Olsen. Olsen gets a piece of it, gets it over, a little tip. Here comes Sam Nelson. Now firing it back over to Estelle. Here comes Przinski from the backside. Now Moore going all the way across to Bielen. Bielen has it tipped. Frederic still playing it. The net's moving a little bit. Yeah. You see Coach Rob down there. It might not have been on camera, but saying that's 4 now. That's Ringo. Ringo will go long, so Frederic's going to get one there. But, yeah, like Rob talking to assistant coach Brandon Nelson there, that's 4. That's 4 net calls now Frederic's got against them. That's something that they got to clean up. As Frenette sends a good one over. Now, there we go, right there. Estelle getting her own little action at the net there. Little problem there, and that is out. So Frederic had a chance. Yeah, Estelle getting a piece of that there, but Grantsburg able to put it back. And Bielen will get another crack at it here. Bielen sending one long. Nick has to go for it. Here comes Frenette. Now here's Wooten tipping one over. And here comes Moore. Moore now going in the middle to Burton. Burton just grabs it and throws it. Now here comes Nelson. Nelson now coming on near side to Estelle. And Estelle able to drop one down. And here comes Hansford along with Denver. Oh, replay did not work. Don't worry, there is not a bear up here. That was just Bob Grellen. Yeah, so Frederic going with a hockey lineup change, and Denver will be back here to serve it. This is kind of going back and forth here right now. Denver set. Sends a good one over. Berkman. Olsen's going to have to play it over here. Przinski will a little tap it over. Hansford right there. Now Wooten popping it right back up. A little give and go to Hansford. Watch out, Mrs. Chadwick. That baby's coming at you. And that is going out of bounds. So we'll see Piper Olsen coming in for Moore, and we'll see Harmon for Olsen. So Harmon will be back to serve. Like I said, parents' night tonight already. Enjoying that as Harmon over to Wooten. Now here comes Hansford with the big hit. Berkman's right there, hunting it down as Harmon. Now Przinski going half mid-range. Good job there by Fournette, who wants it. Yeah, so folks, yeah, we're going to cheer for both sides, right? Kind of torn. Should have wore a shirt that was split down the middle. All right, we'll see what happens here as Grantsburg's now getting himself a little 3-point lead. And Harmon floats a good pop up there by Fournette, but Burton able to put one. Oh, no. You want me to come down there early, don't you? You want me to come down there and just double check on that call right there, huh? All right, so they're calling Burton into the net. I disagree with the call. I think it was a bogus call, but either way, Frederic's going to get the ball there. And here will come Chanel over to Berkman. Now here comes Harmon. Harmon going right in the middle of Przinski. And that might have been one of the greatest swings this year from Sayla Przinski. She's had a lot of good ones, but that one, the set, the whole 9 yards was fluent. And it was just more or less like, please don't let this ball hit me in the face. Nice job there by Przinski. Berkman over. Fournette now up to Chanel. Chanel coming on the outside as number 7, Kaylin Rommel snuck in on a snare. Here comes Przinski again, and Przinski, yeah, we get a good one. We get not so good one, right? So we went out of bounds there, making it 11-9. And I'm going to have to bring my A game here because Frederic is definitely swapping players in and out here. As we see Lydia Ones coming back in, it is Onus. And that is out as well. So Frederic kind of needed to dig in on that one, giving the ball right back to Grantsburg. As Fournette comes in, like I mentioned before, Kaylin Rommel coming in on us there. She's still in. And we are, yep, the whistle's there. Now here comes Przinski, sending one over. Fournette. Chanel has to hunt it. Hansford's right there. Now here, she gets one over, but Grantsburg able to come back there. That was Kaylin Rommel. Now here comes Chanel. Rommel again on the outside, blocked right there, but that's the hustle I'm talking about. It went the wrong way. That's the hustle. You see Grantsburg started celebrating it there. Hold on, hold the phone. Frederick's still going after the ball there. They went OB with it, but that would have been something, boys, if the ball would have come back during celebration time. As Przinski sending one over. Fournette. Now Chanel hunting it down. Now coming up on the top side is Onus, and she'll get one popping up off of Piper Olsen. So that might not have been how Lydia practices that one, but we got it here as Nick will come in, and Nick will be the one serving, and Estelle will come in as well. And we'll see Koala coming in for Olsen. So waiting for things to get set here. Nick in form, sends one over. Now here comes Koala. Ringel going around backside, and Nick got a piece of it there, but the old hands just kind of fell apart on her there as Ringel able to get one down. And now here comes Moore in to serve for the Pirates, and Harmon will go out, and Presley will come in. 14-10, as you can see, kind of a little slop on both points here as Moore will send one over. Nick now send him. Oh my goodness! You can't feed the net like that. You can't feed. Nick, you can't time the serves, but boy, the meatball lollipops are sure easy to time right there as Moore sends one over, and Fournette. Yeah, and Coach Lilhog will call the timeout as it's 16-10, but yeah, like I said, it don't matter on them meatballs, and we're taking a quick commercial break.
My career journey started at Northwood Technical College. I'm a business management graduate, and I'm proud of my education here. I transferred to a four-year college where I earned a bachelor's in management, then went on to law school. I'm now an attorney and chief operating officer of a sovereign nation wealth fund. I work remotely across the country providing business resources for 2 tribes. I chose to start my education at Northwood Tech because I could earn credits towards my bachelor's. All associate degrees have a 4-year path. Choose your path and experience success.
Yeah, just showing Nick this text I got here. See that one there, Nick? Once you do that, then it's game on. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get to that a little bit later, folks. Keep you on the edge of your seat here as we are in set 1 of Grantsburg versus Frederic. Come out of that timeout there. Moore has her whistle, and here we go. Moore sending one over. Oh, Onus! Not sure which way to go there. Kind of get backpedaling. Was about to get in the stance, but then changed her mind at the last second. She went OB on her. Moore over. Onus popping it up right there. Chanel now going backside to Rommel, and Rommel will put one into the net. And Moore sending one over. Nick now up to Chanel. Chanel now going mid-range. Who's going to get it for net is now Przinski passing up to Moore, and Moore will give it to Ringo, and Ringo will go with a lighter approach there. Able to knock one down as we now sit 19-10 here. Like I said, early in set 1. Moore sending a good one over. Catching Onus backpedaling there, so let's see if Moore continues to go there. And yeah, Coach Rob making a switch, moving Onus up to the net. And now having Nick and Rommel along with Frenette in the back. So we'll see who Moore is going to go for here now. As she sends it right to the same spot. Nick able to pop up. Good pass to Chanel. Now here comes Estelle. And Estelle! Nice job there by Estelle Chanel as she powers her way through the Pirates front line. I believe it was Olsen and Ringo there. Presley Olsen. And we will see Kayan coming back in here once again. And Kayan sending one over. Berkman now up to Moore. Moore with the little, and there's that timing we talked about, but Frederic able to recover from that. Now here comes Przinski. Now what's Moore going to do? She's going to go to Presley Olsen, but Sam's right there to send one. Oh, back. I looked at Sam's face before I seen the ball, but nice hustle there by Frederic. But yeah, Frederic's definitely giving Grantsburg some easy points here by going OB, not keeping it in the box that scores points as Ringel. Now and Ringel will give one back to Frederic here. As Frenette will be back to serve it here for the Vikings. And Frenette, well, we just got ourselves a little ball into the net party here right now. Checking the sports, I don't, yeah, that's not going to work here. As Bielen floats one over. Nick now popping it up to Can. Can now going over to Wooten. Now here comes Moore. Who does Moore want? Przinski on the outside, and Przinski with a swing, but Nick was right there with a good pass. And I think Wooten kind of going backwards there, getting that close to the net. We've already seen a couple lollipop meatballs happening up there. So I don't know if she thought that was going to happen again as Bielen sends one over. Wooten now up to Can. Can now going on the outside to Estelle. Estelle will give it to Moore. Moore now to Olsen. Now coming over to Przinski. And Przinski will fire one, but Nick able to fire one back. Now here comes Presley on the outside as Kayan digs it right there, and there's Sam putting it up in the rafters. And Kayan not able to come up off the floor and get it over. Not a bad spot there with Sam Nelson. Sometimes get that ball up higher to get the group underneath, get the legs underneath you. And here's Bielen over to Nick. Now Kayan, who's she going to go with? She's going to come over here to Wooten. Blocked right there. Sam's putting it back. Burton fires one back. Now here comes Frenette. Now here comes Can. Who does she want on this side? Estelle, and Estelle will send one over, but the Pirates recover. Now Moore going into Burton. And Burton blocked at the net by Wooten! Woo-hoo! As Wooten blocking the big red up at the net there, making it 24-14 or 24-13. We're still looking for set point here. Yeah, that one won't get brought up on the ride home. All right, as Denver back to serve. And she, gives it easy for Grantsburg to get the 25th point. And that'll do it here in set one as Grantsburg, not looking real hot here, but able to do what they got to do. And we will take a quick commercial break.
Whether you're soaking in a warm summer evening, relaxing at home with a family, or putting in a hard day's work, no matter how you internet, Grantsburg Telecom has you covered. Grantsburg Telecom is proud to deliver the area's fastest Wi-Fi ever offered, meaning whether you work from home or manage a local business with cloud-based systems and real-time data, you can relax knowing that our secure, reliable fiber-first network will be there for you. Visit GrantsburgTelecom.net/fiber to learn more today.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
All right, folks, coming out of commercial break here. And, yeah, we talked about White Lie Night here, and we're trying to read a few of the shirts. Most of the boys and gals have gone out to the concession. But Mr. Rombach was saying Caleb's is I hate Clash Royale, which just sounds...
So Nick is zoomed in. We can maybe see some of them. Who's behind?
Get out of the way, Tyler McCormick.
Tyler's booty. Move, Tyler. Move, Tyler.
Yeah. No.
Let's see. What do we have? Something I heart. Well, they got to stand up.
Yeah, I know it. I mean,
not
zoom in
standing
on
up.
Cookie. If that's not
Yeah,
lounging
where's
at a volleyball...
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, just
Cookie.
look at the big cookster. He's like, I just love these
My-
high school volleyball.
My blank of old. You
Yeah.
something. This is kind of like a puzzle.
It is. It is. And if any of you folks at home...
There we go. Nope. Stand up, Cook. No, he's not
Yeah,
gonna stand up.
you know, Cookie's got the same problem I do. When you turn, your belly will
Yeah,
crinkle the
it
shirt
happens.
there,
What
right?
What about Caden to the right? I didn't. We got to get them when they're standing up.
Yeah, this is...
Okay, Tyler's going to stand. Tyler's standing up. What's his say?
Yeah,
Turn around, Tyler. Tyler's getting the.
we should write something on Rob's shirt, right? He's got a white shirt.
Yeah, Rob's got a white shirt.
Yeah, let's see what Rob would say.
Here comes
right?
some of the guys. You know, you got to be careful. Some of these guys will write.
Well,
something like
that's
that.
just it. We
Some
have...
things for.
Yeah, we have had to go on in front of a judge and explain some of our actions here.
Let's see. I'm a good boy, says Caden's. I'm blue collar, says Brock's.
Yep.
All right.
And we still got writing happening as Nolan Hennessy is getting something as Chanel sends one over. Now Harmon going on the top side to the Louisville Slugger, and Hansford popping it up, and Chanel going backside over to Wooten. Wooten floating one over. Harmon's right there. And Piper putting one down, but then Burton bringing one back, and yeah, okay, we got the whistle. So, yeah, Grantsburg between Olson and Burton able to send one over. Getting Frederic running out of gas there to put one back, and Berkman will be sending one over, and Fournette, good pass up to Chanel. Chanel going middle to Hansford. Hansford with a big smack. But she got all of her hand on it because that one went out of bounds. Berkman over. Hansford. Now to Chanel. Chanel coming right in the middle to Hansford. Hansford with the floater! And what did... what is her name again? I just said it. Shell Lake's coach. I want to say Schumacher, but that ain't... What am I doing, Jeremy? But anyways, she called that. That's the old donut hole action there, right? Where everybody just stands around, donut hole. And Wooten will send one over. Berkman getting down. Oh, Harmon, what a good pop up there. But it's out of bounds. We talked about Harmon just going to fisties, popping it up, having a chance there. Yeah, as Wooten gets ready, sends another one over. Bielen. Harmon has to chase that one all the way across. Ringel hitting one over, and that is, oh, somebody got nibbled on between sets here by the bounce bug. Yes, as that's a couple quick OBs for Grantsburg as Wooten will send one over. Bjelland, oh, totally did the matrix there and let the ball. Oh, and they're calling a little touch skim? They're calling a little skim? Oh, huh. Coach Johnson is up off the chair, wanting to know, get an explanation here. Man on the ladder's kind of got a grin on his face right there. Now Wooten will send one over. Berkman, oh, there's a meatball chance, no giving. Now here comes Chanel going backside over to Rommel, and Rommel will go in the back to Harmon. Now Piper, who's going to, oh, we got ourselves a confusion. Who wants it? I do, no, I do. And anyways, here Frederic gets it over. Now Olsen, who's she going to go to? Ringo gets a piece of it. And Chanel just stand there and let a piece of body part hit it, almost able to hit it over. As we have the beautiful cross-country team up here in the mezz behind us. How's everything going cross-country? Good to hear. All right, Brzezinski. Oh, little net tickler there, able to get it over. Now here come at the net Rommel. Now Bjelland, Harmon, she's going to get ready for the set. Sends it to Olsen. Now Denver, popping it up to Chanel. Chanel, she wants to go on the near side to Hansford. Hansford block at the net, but nibble, OB again. And Hansford. Mr. Formanak, how you doing? As Hansford will send one over. Yeah, OB right there. You know, for the life of me, Bob, I cannot remember the Shell Lakes head coach's last name. I'm sitting here at Colin and I'm trying to remember it. Schubager, Schmackle, Slippy, Slappy. What is it? Samsonite? Samsonite, yeah. Well, I was way off. Moore sending one over. Oh, and Estelle right there, and Lydia sending one over, and Harmon or Brzezinski coming out of nowhere, and Bjelland will put one down. And guess what? I checked. That is the box that'll give you points. No OB about it there for Bjelland. And Moore will be back to serve as we're sitting at a pair of fives here. Moore firing one over. Oh, you're playing a little trickery there. She called it in, she called it out, keeping us on our toes here. Mrs. Chadwick, I think she wanted it in, but it was clearly out. And Kay-Ann Gingras in to serve. Sends one over. And Bjelland going flat tire on it there. As we get ourselves a little dancey dance there for Frederic on an ace-ace. Kay-Ann up, over. Bjelland backpedaling. Good pass up to Moore. Now going on near side to Ringo. And everybody move out of the way, because I'm going to hit this one on the floor. And Ringo will come out. Christofferson will come in. Burton comes in as well, as Christofferson will be back to serve. Christofferson over. Fournette. And then Sam gets it over. Brzezinski off balance, able to get it going as Burton with the swing. Now Fournette going backwards to Hansford. Now popping it up here. Who's going to want it? Oh, a little bit of confusion. A little bit of confusion. Right, we've seen both sides do that. You're going to have to call it early. We can't get close like we're getting ready to junior high slow dance and expect to hit it over the net here. Bryn sending one over. Hansford now up to Kay-Ann. She's going to go right in the middle to Estelle. And Estelle with the smack, but Brzezinski's right there, and Moore not able to dig that one out of the net. So the Vikes here clinging on.
Rachel Schenkenberg.
Who mentioned that?
You were asking. What do you mean?
Oh, I thought somebody.
No, I'm the researcher over here.
Oh, you're the researcher. Well, you get 10,000 points as Burton. Burton finds the hardwood there for a point. Schenkenberg, thank you so much. I don't know what I was thinking over there, but yeah, Coach Schenkenberg's like, we got to do enough of that donut standing around business. 8-8 here now as Bjelland will send one over. Fournette. Oh, we got to hustle for it. We're not able to get it there. As Coach Lilhog riding this one out as it's a back and forth here. And we'll see what Bjelland can do here as the ball is up, and that is out. too much mustard. I don't know if I've heard that one coming across the airwaves here. Oh, and we are starting to get a little back and forth here. That's what we've been missing during these volleyball games is student body. As Denver fires a rocket over, and Przinski and Moore going for it. Now Olsen has to go. She kind of goes Karate Kid part 2 and 3 with a chop, and Hansford will throw it over as Misty Patton is in. Now Moore running and jumping and gunning, and Przinski. Ho, ho, ho. We still got the OB bed bugs going on here. I can still tell you that much as we are giving Frederic a lot of points. But guess what? Frederic, they'll take them. Denver sending one over. Przinski backpedaling. Moore has to hunt it down. Oh, that's leaving it right up at the net for Wooten. Able to knock that one right back in front of Red and Olsen. And Denver kind of on a little bit of a roll here. Good serve there by Denver. Now here comes Brandon Moore fighting for it. Now Denver popping it up to Kayan. Kayan with a little two-hander over. Now here comes Olsen hunting it down. She's going to go top side of Przinski. That's a lot of OBs here. But the biggest thing I'm going to take out of that is we saw it in Frederic and Grantsburg. Where's the communication? Who's going to hit the ball? As Denver getting ready to try to send another rocket over. She goes with a floater to Przinski in the corner. Now Moore hunting it down, going near side of Olsen. Olsen far away from the net. There's a pop-up there. Yep. Przinski going like Lily Henderson fashion. Don't get cute with it. Just give her a little smacky back. And here comes Harmon and Olsen. And Harmon getting ready to serve it here for Pirates. Wooten popping it up. Kayan hunting it. Now Hansford has to run and get it. She does. Good pass to Olsen. Olsen's right there. There's Denver. We got to dig it out of the net. Kayan not able to. Denver getting strong with it. As Harmon sending it over. Denver pop. Oh, knock. Nobody's home. Nobody is home as everybody tried to run and get it there. You saw the little bit of confusion before she hit it there. I don't know if it was going to be between Denver and Wooten. But right now we're back up at 12 apiece. As Fournette, good pass up to Cam. Now here coming Hansford on the near side. And Hansford said it's going to leave my hand, but then it's going to touch your hand and go out of bounds. And Frederic will get the ball back as we will see number 3, Kenna Chanel, back to serve. Like I said, Coach Little Hawk going with big substitutions. Rotate. Chanel over. Brzezinski now to Harmon. Harmon going near side to Burton. Burton throws it over. Rommel's right there. Chanel pops it up. Here comes Hansford. Hansford over, and we're in the net. In the net that time. Oh, we're going to need the ball. All right, Chanel has the whistle, sends a good one over. Brzezinski, now Harmon. Harmon just says, oh! Oh my goodness, I am turning my back to the game here because I just need to let some things out right now. All right, they're calling us on a 2-hitter. And you hear the crowd getting restless in the mess. There's not many of us up here. Chanel floats one over, able to get Brzezinski, and here we go. Frederic's like, we were off course with our ship, but we are right back online as they are up on top 16-12, and we will head to a quick commercial break.
I'm Dr. John Campa. I'm a board-certified orthopedic surgeon practicing general orthopedics here at Burnett Medical Center, and I've been practicing for 9 years. We do a lot of surgeries of the hand, such as carpal tunnel surgery, trigger finger releases, mass excisions. We treat a lot of fractures, both operative and non-operative, hip and knee replacement as well. Patients want quality care and they want it close to home. Fortunately, we can provide that right here at Burnett Medical Center.
So we're just coming up with some ideas here, folks, brainstorming. We just didn't know if we should get, like, because we got these windows here in the mezz. The man on the ladder's looking at us, we're looking at him. if we don't agree with something, we could put no or like stop, right, just to kind of help them out here. That was in. I don't know. We'll work on it. It's in progress as Chanel has a whistle. Sends a good one over. Getting Bryn going, oh, right there it is. Oh, we just a little tap over. Yeah, we're all over at the net. Now Burton hits one over. Good job there by Chanel. Burton, where are we going? We're not sure, but we're still in play. Now here comes Chanel going topside to Rommel. Rommel with the southpaw trying to go back corner, and Meg Harmon not able to move it forward. And we are seeing Grantsburg out of rhythm as we are sitting 17-12. Frederic and Chanel, another good serve. Here comes Harmon over to Olsen, and Olsen has it. Oh! As Frederic just went Transformers at the net and able to knock it back there. And I seen Wooten was in on that one, as we seen a couple big blocks from her already tonight. As Chanel is going to get another one over. Brzezinski, Harmon now going right back to Brzezinski, and come sail away. Let's get this going, as I think Mrs. Chadwick was having a nice conversation with Coach Rob as Brzezinski knocked that one down. And Ringo will come in, and Berkman will be back to serve. 18-13 here. Grantsburg with a one-set victory already, as she sends it over. Frenette, way to pop that up. Rommel now going to Hansford. Hansford, oh, just missing the back corner. No line tickle there. All right, you hear Coach Rob saying good idea, which it is, because a lot of times that back corner, backside is open. As Berkman sends it, Frenette pops it up. Now Chanel going on to Rommel, and Rommel is blocked. Yeah, you're going to have to look at the physics and dimensions there before you go floating that one over, as Ringo getting herself a block, making it 18-15 Vikings. Berkman over, Hansford, good pass up to Chanel. Chanel going, yeah, you hear Chanel saying that's her fault there. That's all right, Frederic will rebound here, but now's not the time to let a few slip, as Grantsburg's starting to get a little momentum, and one of the gals back serving has done good in her volleyball career, and that's one Eden Berkman. Now here comes Chanel, now going in the middle to Hansford, and Hansford into the net. And yeah, Coach Rob calling timeout here to basically say, excuse me, can you please tell me what's going on here? And we will take another quick break. All right, folks, coming out of break there. Like I said, Frederic clinging to a 1-point lead here in set two. Like I said, it's a young team, 3 seniors, but they kind of had a good run there. So with Grantsburg starting to get some momentum, Frederic's got to be able to fight through that adversity here and get the momentum up back on their side. Otherwise, Grantsburg's able to, well, that's going to help us there. Yeah, and then there she did it. Yep. Oh, Eden Berkman do a great serve in her whole young career, and then she puts one in the net there, giving the Vikes back the ball as Wooten.
That's on you, announcers.
Yeah, I know it. As Patton, now to Brzezinski, now looking over to Ringo. Ringo floating one, or pounding one through the net. Now Chanel, over to Rommel. She's going back to the third grade bump. And now Harmon going right back to Ringo. Missed time there. And Wooten not able to dive and get it. As you see, a lot of Ringo's hits are when she's coming down with them. Or, when she's coming down from her jump there. But Grantsburg is able to get that one. And now we will have Brzezinski back to serve. And she'll send a good one over. Frenette, good pass up to Chanel. Chanel going right into backside of Denver. Now here comes Brzezinski up to Harmon. Who's Harmon want here? Oh! I am not sure. Let me check the plate book here. That's not always drawn up, but I will say nice job there for Ringo going left hand. That was all sorts of out of shape there as Denver to Chanel. We got to get it over here. Rommel does. Now Przinski. Grantsburg's going to get one to work with here. Now here comes Piper. Now Denver to Chanel. Chanel now going right in the middle to Rommel and not Rommel, Onus. And Onus running out of gas there a little bit as Pirates have now taken the lead here. And they send one over. Frenette now up to Chanel. Chanel going near side to Onus, and Onus getting Berkman to pop one back. Now here comes Bielen. Bielen firing one down, and Bielen's starting to heat up on the outside. Last couple games here, she's starting to definitely hit good as another timeout is called by Coach Lilhog. So, yeah, we'll just kind of recap here. You know what? We talked about adversity, young teams, whatever. So Frederic, who had the momentum, now starting to lose a little bit here in set 2. Is that something that if Grantsburg able to take set 2, it'd be curious to see how Frederic comes out in set 3, knowing that they were so close here in set 2, right? So hopefully Coach Lilhog can get the girls back coming out. They're only down by 2. I mean, it's still anyone's game here right now, but you start teetering that over 20 mark, it's not too many to go, especially if you start giving points, unnecessary points of OBs and serves and net, that sort of thing. So we'll see how Frederic can handle it here. But on the Grantsburg side, like I said, momentum starting to build. We're starting to see them make plays happen when things are broken, as you saw that with Ringo there. And Przinski will float one over. Denver over to Chanel. Chanel's got a hunt to get it, and Onus hitting one over. Now Przinski. Here comes Harmon. Now Olsen. Olsen floats one, and that is what just happened there, folks? Yeah, it is out of bounds, but I don't know if Nick caught it on camera. These line judges doing a heck of a good job out here this season here. But yeah, we weren't quite sure. It was half in, half out. It was the call, as Nick now will send one over, and Eden popping it up to Koalik. Koalik giving it to Ringo. Yeah, that's a little bit too easy there for Grantsburg. Making it 22-20 as Hansford will come in for Nick. And Moore will be back to serve. Can Moore run us to 25? Let's see as she sends one over. Onus now to Chanel. Chanel going right over to Estelle. And Estelle, Chanel not able to hit that one over. And Moore, the spark plug here, definitely has a momentum with her serve, sending it for net. Now up to Chanel. Chanel now coming over to Estelle. She has to reset the hit, and we're gonna get one there. I mean, Estelle just had to back up to hit it over. And 21-23. So if Frederic's gonna make a move, it's got to be now. As number 15, Kayan Gingras, is back to serve. Just 1 point at a time here. Bielen. Moore. Who's she going to go? Outside to Presley. Presley getting it off of Hansford, and now Frenette. Now over to, oh, we got ourselves a collision and confusion as Frederic is all up now as Bielen floats one over. Good tip there at the net. Now here comes Gingras. Over to Estelle, and Estelle goes out of bounds with it. But you saw the collision there. Like I said, that's the little things that, teams need to clean up there. And I think on that, it's Estelle. We've seen her do some big hits here. Just went out of bounds. As Bryn Christofferson now has set point here, holding it in her hand. Sends one over. And Sam flat tires it, and that will do it here in set 2. Yeah, like I mentioned before, we'll see how Frederic comes out in set 3. Grantsburg now in a 2-0 lead. I was hoping for extras, and I'm not counting Frederic out yet. They hung right in there, all right? So stay tuned as set 3 will come back, and we will take a quick commercial break.
Whether you're soaking in a warm summer evening, relaxing at home with a family, or putting in a hard day's work, no matter how you internet, Grantsburg Telecom has you covered. Grantsburg Telecom is proud to deliver the area's fastest Wi-Fi ever offered, meaning whether you work from home or manage a local business with cloud-based systems and real-time data, you can relax knowing that our secure, reliable fiber-first network will be there for you. Visit grantsburgtelecom.net/fiber to learn more today.
At Burnett Medical Center, we understand that urology concerns can feel overwhelming. That's why we offer advanced surgical care with a personal touch, right here in your community. From kidney stones to prostate health, we're here to provide clear answers, expert treatment, and compassionate care every step of the way. Together, we'll help you move forward with comfort and confidence.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Yeah, so folks, we are back, and obviously we are playing the Zoom game, and we are zoomed in on one of Grantsburg's own here, Matt Jensen, and nobody is sitting by him, all by myself, as Nick will clearly show you that Matt Sib Jensen is all alone up there at the top, so he is tonight's contestant of the Zoom game, as he knows we're zooming in on him too. He knows, right? So we'll pan off of him, but yeah, I don't know if he's got bad gas in it or not, but he is clearly all on his own up there, enjoying this beautiful volleyball game here, as Grantsburg is up 2-0, and I am looking to see how Frederic responds. All right. So yeah, as Nick plays with the camera, we get these texts saying, "Don't be zooming in on people," but that's not Nick. That's my wife saying that. Well, especially since she's got her sister next to her. Lord knows the faces they're going to make us. Here we go. Harmon sends one over for net. Now to Gann, and here comes Hansford. Hansford with the big hit, but Hansford got all of the hand on it, and that will go out of bounds. Yeah, you get them two Soderbeck sisters together, anything's possible. We just talked about that before the game as Harmon sends one over in Denver. Now going backside of Fournette. Fournette now over to Nick. Nick gets one over. Berkman. Now here comes Harmon. Harmon going over to Louisville Slugger. And who's there? Denver. Can, and we got to hit it over here. Oh, a little bit of confusion on the call, but Frederic gets it. Now here comes Harmon going top side of Przinski. And Przinski says, I will stamp that one right out of the gate. Harmon will be back to serve as he sends one over, or she sends one over, and that's going to go out OB. Like I said, we'll see if Frederic can get settled down here as Harmon at the serving station. As Coach Lilhog making a switch here before the serve. Now Fournette over to Kayan. Now here comes on the outside Hansford. Hansford blocked there, but good job recovery by Hansford. And now here comes Wooten. Wooten getting it through off the net. And here's Olsen. Olsen now, who wants it? Przinski hits it over. Now Denver. Now Kayan. Now here comes Hansford on the near side, and she's going to go long again. And Harmon still sitting there with the ball. Will send one over, and that is OB. So Frederic will get it here, and who's going to be up to serve? Is it going to be Chanel? Might be Kenna Chanel. Yes, it is. So we'll see if she can get the Vikings going here. She has the whistle, and she sends a good one over. Now Przinski right there. Oh, no. Tippy tip. I thought it was tipped. That was a good smack there by Hansford, but she's definitely trying to get dialed in. If we can just get that line touch, we'd have some. But Berkman sending one over. Hansford popping it up to Chanel. Now Chanel coming in on the near side of Rommel. And Rommel putting over there for Berkman. And Harmon has to on it down. Here comes Przinski with the swing. And you could just see Sayla Przinski eyeing that ball up as she gets a running start, Nick. I'm telling you what, the timing was there for Przinski, and she definitely got all of that and put it on the floor here for the Pirates as they are cruising so far in set 3, as Hansford not able to dig that one up off the ground clean. And timeout early here by Coach Lilhog. And we will stay here. And yeah, we talked about it, right? Coming in the end of set 2. You could kind of see it on Frederic's faces here a little bit. Like they had momentum. They were driving. They were moving in set 2. And just that little bit of falter, right? So we talked about how are they going to recover in set 3? Well, as you can see, Coach Rob has to call a timeout here and just say, hey, look, girls, let's take a step back, right? Let's get back in it here. All right, Grantsburg, on the other hand, not much to discuss, right? Just keep playing your rhythm, keep playing your game. Right, let's not do anything weird and cute. Otherwise, we will definitely call it and make something weird about it, right? So let's just stick with our style and, maybe try some new things, right? Try some new things. Get some different hitters up there. Obviously, we're seeing Przinski a little bit more active here tonight. Nora Bielen, right? Seen Piper Olsen, obviously looks like she's recovered from that ankle injury. And so, yeah, we'll try. This is the time to try some new stuff here as Frederic is getting back on the court. And we'll see how this timeout fared for them.
Shirt that says, I am not a handyman.
Oh, that is clever. As Eden Berkman was not so handy on that serve there either, as she put one into the net. So, you could take that saying so many ways right now as Wooten is getting back to serve it here for the Vikings. And she sends one over Berkman. Now popping up to Harmon. Now coming over to Ringo. Yeah, not there. Yeah, you could see it on Ruby saying it. I mean, she jumps too early, right? And it's not ripping on her. She was saying that. And that has been the case. We'll see if we can get her timed as Wooten is going to send another one over. And Bielen, not really sure what kind of approach. Oh, and Wooten with a little shimmy hip deal there. You've seen Wooten with that dance there, all right? We've seen all kinds. We've seen the twirls. We've seen the air guitar.
Do that, and I can never unsee it now.
You know what? You're going to keep seeing it because I will keep doing it if she gets an ace here as Harmon. Now going backside to Louisville slugger Olsen. Now popping it up at the net as it is onus to Rommel, and Rommel will go outside OB. And I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm sorry. You just get caught up in the moment, right? You see a new dance off an ace, you got to go with it.
Self-control.
Yeah, I know. It's sorry. Przinski over, and Denver going backwards. And yeah, Grantsburg is driving here in set 3. And Przinski sending another one to Denver. Good pass up to Chanel. Now coming on near side to Onus. And Onus will get it off the hands of Olsen.
The block.
Yes. Yes, this Kowalik will come in here for Olsen, and we will see number 16, Marissa Owens, a freshman, coming in for the first time here tonight, as she will be back to serve. And she gets a good serve over. Now Kowalik going in the middle, and a little left-handed pooch hit there. Now coming over to Rommel. Rommel with a little hand over. Berkman right there laying out to get that one. Who's going to hit it over? Bielen does. Now here comes Marissa, and now we're going to Chanel. Chanel coming over to Estelle, and Estelle. Now the bug has traveled over to the Frederic bench here, it seems like. As Hansford will come back into the game. And Kaylee Moore will be back to serve it here for the Pirates. And we are are getting ready to go here as Moore, she tangles one into the net. So it will be Frederic with the ball as they send one over. Brzezinski now to Moore. And Ringo able to get one off of the Vikings there. I'm sorry, I was just taking a good swig of Diet Pepsi. We are sponsored by Burnix there, but not the Pepsi itself. But Diet Pepsi was really good here as Burton comes in and Berkman goes out. So we are sitting at 11-6, and Ringo will do a floater, and Fournette will pass it up to Gingras. Now coming over here to Nick. And they're going to call a lift. It's like the guy, when he makes a call, you know, they're doing a good job. You don't want to rip, but it's almost like he's got a smirk when he does it, you know? Like, I got you. As Fournette back to serve it here for the Vikings. Sends one over. Brzezinski going mid-range to Moore. Now Moore going to Burton on the outside. She tickles one over the net. Estelle going backwards. Now we're coming right back to Estelle with the floater. Berkman. Now to Moore. Who does Moore want? Oh, no. Moore wants nobody. I'm sure Frederic was thinking, a girl of that size, there's no way she can hit it over. And Moore just proved him wrong here as she's doing her pom-pom cheerleader move there. And Bielen will hit it over. Hansford now up to Gingras, and she'll come over to Wooten. Now Olsen going mid-range to Brzezinski. She gets it over. And we got ourselves all sorts of jiving hands going on here. And you hear the fundamentals chant coming on there. The Frederic squad has been quiet tonight as Bielen sends one over. Hansford. Now Berkman's right there. Now Moore going in the middle to Burton. And Burton will go to her locker. That is out of bounds. 13-8 here, right? You start giving a little bit to here, there. Right, and really Frederic's not that far out of it. As Denver will be back to serve. She sends a good one. Oh, getting Berkman backpedaling. Who wants it? Not me. Who wants it? Not me. As Denver will be back to serve it once again. And she sends it over. Berkman popping. Oh, Moore has to redirect. And here comes Brzezinski. Blocked at the net there by Wooten. Nice job there as Maggie Wooten is kind of forming herself a little block party, right? She's got the foundations for the basement going on here tonight as Denver puts that one into the net. What if we changed it to Caleb's Choir? All right, we got to find a new leader of the pack over there as Bubba Quimby has left town, as Harmon sending one over. Oh, way to play it off the net there. And here comes Hansford, and Hansford will put it into the net. Yeah, Harmon back to serve. Like I said, Grantsburg cruising in set 3, already taking the first 2, sending one over. And is there a touch there? And that is out. I thought that Denver did a matrix move on that one. As Chanel and Rommel will come back in here. And Chanel sending one over Harmon. Now Brzezinski to Harmon. Now going over to Olsen. And Chanel going backside up to Rommel. Rommel with just a little ballerina tip. Now Harmon going on the outside of Brzezinski. And that is out. I thought if Brzezinski would have got that one in there, like I said, she's had some excellent hits here tonight. Chanel over Brzezinski. Good pass up to Harmon. Now over to Olsen. And Olsen putting one down. As you'll see Ringo come back in and Berkman back to serve. Sitting on 16-12 here. And Chanel, who's she going to go to? Now coming over here to Ramo. Ramo with the left-hander. Now Berkman to Harmon. Harmon going on the outside to Przinski. And Przinski putting it down in front of Frenette. And we'll see Berkman back to serve here. We just see how Frederic responds. Frenette now going to Chanel. Chanel now coming over here to Ramo. And Ramo off balance there. And timeout is called by Coach Lilhog. So yeah, like I said, Grantsburg, you know, not looking too shabby. There was a couple up and downs, and like I said, they haven't, it was last Tuesday when they played. They didn't even have a tournament this weekend.
We give them a little extra time to rest and get away from the game a little.
Yeah. Hey, you know, now we got homecoming coming up here next week.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that kind of does as we got ourselves a little, as Caleb Rombach is now taking it over. Caleb's choir. Caleb, we'll come up with something here. We'll cast a vote here, see what you want to call it, as that completely went wrong. As when anytime there's more laughter and movement, right, it's just, that might have been a simple fact is they went this way, they went that way. The Frederic fans over there, I mean, they're lounging. Nick's going to get on them. Obviously,
what's
not
happening there?
I don't know. Right when that happened, there was something there. It must be, what kind of theme would you think that is? Collar night or frat boy?
They have.
Hansford now bringing it up, and she dives on the floor. Good job there by Frederick getting it over. Now here comes Harmon. There's Ringo. I will hit the ball super hard when I jump correctly. And nice job there by Ruby Ringo. As Grantsburg looking to close this one out here as they still have Berkman back to serve. She floats one over. Denver now up to Chanel. Chanel going up on top to Wooten. Wooten with a shot put type of hit. Now here comes Harmon over to Przinski. And Przinski getting it off of Rommel, I believe, and knocking that one down. Yeah, and you hear, is Frederic going to respond as they got the chant to them saying, why so quiet? No, they just kind of stood up there. As we will see Chanel now going backside to Wooten. And, good pop up there by Harmon. And Przinski fired one right back. If you could keep a stat of how many one-hander pop-ups off the floor, Meg Harmon would be leading this conference. That's the type of grit I was talking about at the beginning of season, where some of them Grantsburg teams in the past, that might not have happened, but Meg Harmon is definitely grinding away and doing an excellent job there as we see the pass coming here at the net, and Rommel now floating one back over. Yeah, I will. Nick had shown the Frederic fans there earlier. There's a man over there in that purple college shirt. His last name is Root. He's a lineman for the Vikings. And I watched, that was a sandwich move that he did last Friday. A little bit more on that later as Harmon over to Olsen. And Olsen, and that is out. That was close. Was there a line tickle? I don't think so. But yeah, Mr. Root, there was a tackle there, and his player, Freddie Nelson, was on the bottom of that, and he got up slow because Mr. Root was on the top of that pile as Destiny now sent. Oh, that was your chance, Frederic. That was your chance, right? Mama served you up a plate. You got to eat it. All right, well, Przinski back to serve at 22-14. Waiting for the whistle as substitutions are being made, and we'll see if Przinski's going to ride this one out as she sends one off of Frenette's hands. I don't know if that one would have been out. I think we might have had a line tickle at the end there. Przinski firing another one. That one is out as 23-15. As Kowalik will come in and Estelle will come in as well. Denver will go out and we will see Marissa Owens come in, and she will be back to serve it here for the Vikings. And here comes Owens. Sends over to Nick Kowalik. Huh.
They got the I Believe cheer going on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ruby was supposed to bicycle kick it. I'm not really sure. As Owens sends one over. Kowalik. Yeah. Yep. Episode of Wicked Tuna as we're in the net there with Kowalik, and Owens is going to keep serving here. Is sitting on 23-17, and Owens will give them the ball back as Grantsburg is sitting on set game match points and started off here. There it is. Oh, as Kowalik has the ball in her hand, and she will send one over. Here comes Chanel, now going to Ramo. Ramo will have the ball put back, but that is out. So we are still hanging on, 24-18, as we will see Kayan come in to serve along with Nick. And we will still keep the chant going as Grantsburg just need one to seal the victory here tonight. Kayan floating one over. Bielen going backside. Przinski's got to bump it up. Olsen off balance. Oh, but getting Kayan Gingras to bite on that, and that'll do it here, folks, as our only match of the week has come to an end as Grantsburg is victorious 3-0 over Frederic. I believe Matt Jensen sent me something because he might have just realized. Yeah, let's just see here real quick if it's.
He's looking to see if you're checking your phone.
Oh yeah, somebody must have sent that to him. So he's calling. Maybe that's you. Is he calling you a punk or me a punk?
Here,
I think it's.
Get it on him because he's laughing at you.
Oh yeah, I see you right there. Oh yeah. Well, that's the. Well, you sit on that side, right? You're going to be a victim
game.
of the Zoom game. Yeah.
If you don't want to, if you got to sit on this.
You
side.
got to sit right here, right? Because it's hard for Nick to get the camera. Oh, we could still.
Well,
but see, we don't see their
people.
faces. That's the
No.
thing, right? All right. So Matt Jensen is the victim of tonight's game of Zoom on your face. And that will do it here, folks. We appreciate you tuning in as always. Grantsburg is going to go on the road for quite a few here. And like I said, I maybe try to weasel my way into the other schools like I can. We'll see. But either way, the next home game will be against Webster. And that'll be a good one because we saw what happened a couple weeks ago. I am Jeremy Burden, along with the ever so talented cameraman Nick Rombach, and the one, the only, the voice of Grantsburg football and many other things he does behind the scene, Mr. Bob Rombach. And that'll do it here in Grantsburg as Grantsburg will end on their cheer, their chant together. Thank you, and have a good night, everyone.